So here's kind of what it looks like. When we talk about the single gap stuff as opposed to the two gap, um, what we're looking to do is build a wall. We talk about to our guys all the time about building a wall of white or a wall of red. We want your bodies in those gaps, and then we're looking for you to essentially use the offense to hold the other gap for you. So if you can get to half a man, which is what our goal is, you're in the gap you're supposed to be in, and then that offensive player's body is now also in the way of the gap as well, and we're creating a wall of white or red. So this is a good look at it here. This team's going to run a quick toss to the outside, and when I pause this, you can see this game. If I go back real quick, you can see, like, Coach, you said you're a 4-0-4, but here you are playing a 5, a 1, and a 4. This was a Division I offensive lineman over here that they had moved to tight end and put in an eligible jersey for this season. He was a great player, and they ran the ball behind him 90% of the time. So we shaded to his side every time to get our guys closer to where the ball was going to be. We also knew that he was going to murder our outside linebacker. So you're going to see him do exactly that. I have no shame in putting this on film. You're going to see him literally hook our outside linebacker already, and then he's going to probably just bury him here in about 2.5 seconds. So we had told our linebacker, look, we're going to lose this. Like, there's almost nothing we can do to stop this from happening other than widen our linebacker out so far and then expose ourselves in the middle. So as soon as you see him get reached, you're going to have to scrape over the top of this. So that's what's going on. But this is what I want to show. Okay, this is the wall of white we're talking about. Here's our 4 technique. Nice left arm leveraged and stuck out wide. Okay, his body's holding his gap. We're getting reached. Fair enough. He's going to scrape. Here's our middle linebacker scraping. Here's our nose guard. Left hand is in. My body is square. I'm running flat. We've built a really nice wall of white here where you don't have anywhere to go except for the one place that we want you to go, which we know you're going to go outside of this. So we're going to funnel you out there, and then our linebacker has to be there to make the play. There's really good inside pursuit from the D tackle and the Mike backer. Here's our will linebacker scraping over the top. Really nice tackle on an angle, okay? So that's what we're looking for. Again, here's another look. I got a bunch of clips here, and hopefully they're showing up clearly. I hope they're not choppy. So this is a state championship game. All right, this is a Division I kid. They're going to run a rocket toss to him out of flex bone. Okay, this is a really nice job by our defense here, okay, of reacting to what's going on. And here's the wall of white we're talking about. There's end run force right there from our dragon. There's a backer scraping. There's our 4 technique. There's our Mike backer beating this guy across his face. Here's our nose guard working leverage. And then here comes backside pursuit from over here. Okay, we contain this so he can't get outside of us and use his speed. The wall is built, so he has to choke his feet down, and he tries to cut all the way back, and we make a big tackle for loss. I think this was their first play of the game. So that's what we're looking for. Single gap control, half a man, and then play fast to the football. Stay in your lane and play fast to the ball. Another good example here against the zone team that's really, really good. All right, we're going to slant at the running back, and we're going to force him to go front side. This is our squatty nose guard I was talking about. Okay, you can see how low that nose guard is. He's eating this double team. Okay, there's our Mike linebacker's helmet right there. This guy's doing a great job of holding up on this double team. We're taking the double on back over here. But watch what happens now with that Mike backer when our nose does his job so well. He scrapes right over the top of that center. We've got white, end run forces out here with a white helmet. And then backside, here comes pursuit to Phil. Okay, he's got nowhere to go. He chokes his feet down. He tries to bounce it. He bounces it right into our Sam linebacker. Pursuit's really good. We wrap him up, and then we actually rip the ball out here as we're taking him down. But that's what we're looking for. We're trying to stay square up front on the defensive line, an aggressive slant, but stay square and build the wall. No deeper than the heels. We're not involved in a blitz here. This is just when we call base defense, we're calling slant, whatever it is. We're building a wall. We're not trying to get up the field expecting a pass. We're building a wall, and we're trying to hold you at 0. What happens is we do create a lot of tackles for loss then as well. Another state championship game. Okay, really good look at it here. Nose guard does a great job. He eats that double team up. That's really nice pad level. This kid was a Division III football player. Really good pad level. Our defensive tackle over here does a great job on this little seal block on the wing ISO. You can see him step down. He leverages, and then he rides and jams that tackle. See that crease now is closed. He shoves that tackle back down where they want this ISO to go to close that hole down for us. That's a really, really, really good job. We funnel the tackle into our buck. Get a nice little tackle there. Okay, here's an example of when things go bad, right? We lose one of our guys here because he trips. They run quarterback zone into the boundary, and you're going to see our guy loses his hand and then kind of loses his footing. So he's supposed to have this gap on the outside right here, but he trips. Okay, so then watch as this happens. See how this guy flows right up over the top of him to fill this up, and then that Mike linebacker is also going to scrape above because we just lost one of our guys in the wall. Is this thing in the way? Is the little picture, is my picture thing in the way over here? If it is, I'll slide it for this one. But we end up making a tackle for loss here because these guys scrape over the top of all that. So we end up with a nice little tackle for loss on that one. So things happen, right? It's football. He lost his hand and lost his footing and he fell down. So these guys have got to make an adjustment, right? We tell our linebackers all the time, if you're standing after that play has been snapped, if you are standing behind the defensive tackle you're attached to, you're wrong. And in this case, our defensive tackle loses his footing. So our linebackers do a great job both of seeing that and then getting up above to where they need to be to fill that gap up. But you should never be trailing your attached defensive tackle ever.